are we doing for the first day?
Yeah. So we the whole COVID period, the hoteling industry has been very challenged. With very little to no patronage whatsoever. But it would be interesting because we want to discuss and talk to a hotelier.
Oh.
She's Marian Darkwa. She works with the Africa Regent Hotel.
Okay.
And I want to find out what that space looks like, what their experiences have been during the COVID season, and generally what their hopes and aspirations are as we are sort of easing our way out of that challenge, and what we can expect, what we can look forward to.
Okay. Yeah. And she's on the line with us. She's joining us via Zoom. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for reaching out to me. I'm happy to talk about my industry anytime. Certainly.
Hi, Marian.
Hello.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about the hoteling industry, especially as it pertains to Ghana. What are some of your, you've been doing this for a while now. What are some of your highs and lows, if you can share with us?
Right. So basically, the hotel industry after Ebola was a bit challenging for us in West Africa, obviously. So basically, occupancies dropped after Ebola, maybe 15%. Revenues dropped, of course, together with the occupancies. But then sometime last year, beginning of last year, the president introduced outdoored this Year of Return initiative, which was brilliant, and it brought a lot of hope to the hotel industry and the tourism industry in Ghana as a whole. We were all very excited because by the middle of the year, all hotel rooms in Accra were fully booked, and meant that was very good revenues for the hotel industry and for the tourism sector at large. So December was brilliant. We had a ball, I must say. We enjoyed having all the people come from the diaspora, and everything that went on was great. So basically this year, we were set to, roll out Ghana Beyond the Return, and also we were expecting another boom, really. So it was quite a shock when the year began, and we saw dwindling. Well, in the beginning, there were a lot of bookings. It seemed like there were prospects because people who came in December had started making inquiries for the year. And then, calls started coming in for postponements, cancellations, and of course this COVID thing had happened. And so January was good, and then it started dwindling. By March, we're seeing very low occupancies. And of course COVID was here, and it was understandable. But, when COVID started, we all thought, okay, it's going to blow over in a little bit. So we were making plans. Okay, we can do this, we can do that. Maybe we shut down for a little while. Yeah. The whole tourism industry started scrambling. And it got to a point that a lot of the hotels actually did close their doors. Obviously, because really people just didn't know what to do to mitigate the issue. Yeah. And understandably so. But with time, I think that hotels in Accra especially should be really commended for the effort they put in during this time, collaborating with the health sector, with the government to assist in all this in mitigating the issue and the plan towards managing people who came from abroad. So, and that's really my thoughts. And I think that was a great thing that the hotels decided to do, because without that, I do not know how we would have managed these quarantine issues and everything else. But I would really commend the government for the initiative that it puts in place in this time to help the situation. But yes, at the moment, I would say that, and if you look at the figures, you would see that occupancies as compared to same time last year has reduced by as much as 70% worldwide, and it is the same for Ghana. So when I talk about occupancy, it's also related to revenue, because if there are no people in your hotel, that means that there's no revenue coming in. So basically, that's what has happened. And we have seen hotels opening as the time has evolved, and a lot of the hotels are coming back. Unfortunately, even though hotels decided to open their doors, the borders were shut, and it meant that there were not a lot of people coming in. Well, little or no people coming in, which meant that occupancy stood at around 10, 15, 20% maximum, which was really, it's really dire for the likes of us, because to be making 20% occupancy, or let's say an ADR, an average daily rate of about maybe $50 to $60, that meant that you could not sustain the hotel. You could not handle the overheads. And that's why a lot of the hotels had to close. And we're looking forward to the borders being open to what is going to come in. I must say there are a lot of people, I've got a lot of calls about when people calling me to say, oh, now that the borders are open, I'm sure there are people coming in, and so on and so forth.
So Marian, as a sales and marketing manager, let's go back to March 22nd, when we first found out that the borders were going to be closed. What were some strategies that you thought maybe if we pursue this, we can now tap into the local market, for instance? What worked, what didn't work? How are you guys uniquely positioning yourself to take advantage of the borders being opened now?
Right. So I'll tell you what, on March 22nd, when the borders shut, I don't know, but personally, I think everybody went blank. Personally, I went blank, because, and that's when a lot of we decided to shut our doors for a little while, because the numbers on the books were saying maybe five rooms being occupied in a day, which is not sustainable for the hotel. So luckily, we were approached by the government to take in some quarantine guests who were coming from abroad. I mean, so guests who were already scheduled to come home. So obviously, on the day that the border shut, and I think the day after, there were flights coming in. So those people had to be accommodated somehow, because they had to be quarantined. So Accra hotels were contacted to accommodate these people. And I personally thought it was a good thing. First of all, because it was an opportunity to also do our bit in this situation. And also, for me, closing the hotel was one of the things that I did not want to see happen. And and I must say, the health sector, one particular guy, Dr. Sedu, did it brilliant in training the staff, in providing us with the necessary PPEs, and providing us with the necessary knowledge to be able to accommodate these people. It was a brilliant effort. And like I said earlier, a lot of the other hotels who participated, I really commend them for it. And even the initiative that the government put in after that, to make sure that the hotels were fumigated, whether they got positive or not in their hotel, and how people who were found positive were later, transported to treatment centers. So basically, I think at that time we drew a blank until this quarantine period came, and then after the quarantine period, we decided to shut. We shut down for about a month. During the time, we strategized to see what the way forward. Luckily, like you mentioned, there is a local market, albeit a bit constricted, that exists for people to stay. Unfortunately, not so much in the Accra hotels, because people like to go away rather than stay in the Accra hotels. If, for instance, you had a weekend off, I suppose you would like to probably go outside Accra for a weekend and so on and so forth. But having said that, even the out of Accra hotels also shut. So during that time, we had to strategize and come up with the companies and the channels that we knew would be prolific. Yeah. So even during the lockdown, there were companies who were essential companies who were still working, and which meant that they still had people who had to come in and stay and go to work.
Yeah.
So I personally, we at the African Region, we targeted those companies, and luckily we did make quite a bit of occupancy during the lockdown period.
Okay.
Apart from that, well, we did some local packages. Like I said, that is not very lucrative in Accra for Accra hotels. But during the period, we also took the opportunity, because occupancies were low. We said, why not? Because we had planned renovations. So we decided to go all out and do our renovations. So we started renovating our bedrooms, our lobby, our restaurants. And, and because usually with our hotel, we never shut to do renovations. So this was a good opportunity for us to actually shut and have it done, because what would have happened was that if we had, whilst we were running, it would have been very difficult to renovate, say, the lobby. So this has been like a blessing in disguise for us, really. And so that's what we have done. So when we open, we have something fresh to give our clients.
Okay.
In that time, we've also been able to put together the necessary communications, because the research shows, and PwC ran a research in South Africa, and it shows that a lot of travelers are happy to come out to still travel. About 85% of them, based on the communications that they get from where they are going. So I think that communication is important, and you will notice that a lot of the hotels are coming up with communication packages for people who are traveling, to make sure that they know that they're coming to a safe environment. And so that has been ongoing. And of course, you cannot just open with all the old safety measures. So we have done research, we have collaborated with safety people to put in place the necessary safety protocols, so that guests who come in will know that they are in a safe environment. Now the big thing is going contactless, and that involves technology, of course. So like I said, we have also gone contactless in a lot of ways. We have enhanced online paying, contactless payment options. We are looking at going contactless for our key cards, our door system, so that you would come in and not have to take a key card to go in. You could just open the door with your phone. We are going with menus, digital menus, where you can just scan an RFID code and get a menu on your phone, so that you don't have to actually handle a menu. So another thing is that we have also looked at our distribution channels, because at the moment you cannot go with your traditional distribution channels to still sell your hotel. Now it's not the same. You're not going to have to. You can't. Yes, it's going to still persist, but walking into somebody's office to make a pitch is not as much as you would expect, because
I think it's so refreshing, all the innovation that you guys have come up with in this period of coronavirus, because a lot of countries, a lot of businesses in this space have struggled. Some of them have died down, and I think for a local business to put in place all these measures to ensure that you guarantee the safety of your clients, it is refreshing. And I'm looking forward to us interviewing you come January, and you telling us that you guys made the same revenue that you made last year this Christmas season. So I think all the people looking to come back into Ghana, this is the chance for you.
Fingers crossed. But I must say, and I said that a lot of people are calling and saying, the borders are open, are people going to come in? We're looking forward to that. But, we just still need to also look at the trends and see how that will progress, because I don't believe that people will just pick up their bags and come, especially. And, another thing that I always say is that the Accra hotels are not necessarily for leisure. except for a few who are on the beaches and others.
It's mainly for
Most of
business
our
trips, right?
Business,
Yes. So, Marian, I hope you guys will give discounts because I love your buffets. Local people will just come there for buffets.
Definitely.
But thank you so much for being with us. We've thoroughly enjoyed this conversation, and we wish you guys the best of luck.
All the best, Marian. Take care.
Yeah, and that was Marian Darkwa, who's the head of sales and marketing at the African Regent Hotel.
Yeah. Well, it's exciting. A lot of innovations. I like the fact that you can register online and use your phone
check the menu online,
open
everything.
your door and all of those things. Oh, this is pretty fancy.
It's great. Yeah. Right. So come down. Let's I think now people see that not only are we getting it right with the airports, but our businesses in the tourism industry are also doing the best they can. So there's nothing to fear. And a lot of people are looking to get away. I know friends in the U.S. who are just like, I'm sick of all this black people dying, all these issues. I just want to come back home. And Ghana has been positioned as the safe haven for black people everywhere looking to come to Africa. So I think it's refreshing, and we can definitely make the same gains we made last year if we put things right.
What I like about what's going on in the country at the moment and the continent wide is the seamlessness with which we're working all the different systems so that the ecosystem functions smoothly and people have a good experience.
As I'm talking, I'm like, I wish I were in a different country so I could just come to Ghana and experience our hotel industry. Hi there. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends.
This is Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.
Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10. Join us for breakfast daily, only on Citi TV.